The next piece is getting clear about what happens if things don't work out. Now, this is never fun up front. And I think it's one of the keys to success of what I do is I'm always going to be like, hey, this sounds like it's going to work out perfectly. And you sound great. And I'm excited to work with you. However, I'm just wondering if, like, let's say we get on this job and you're just not capable of doing this. Let's talk a little bit about how things work in my company. Like, if you can't get the job done, you're telling me it'll be 3 days, couple guys. What if the guys don't show up? Maybe get sick, your car breaks down, who knows? Things happen, right? I want you to know that, I usually am okay giving you a day or two, a little bit of time. I'm not, a crazy person, but we get to the point where you just haven't gotten this done. And a lot of times going by, my investors, and I always like to give a third party, not me. I'm not the jerk. I'm super nice, right? I would never do this. But my crazy investor, Glory, she wants her money, right? She wants to know you're doing what you got to do. So if we get a couple days past it and you're not being responsive, then know that the way we normally work is I'm going to let you go. I'm going to hire someone to complete your job. And then whatever the difference is, I have to pay them versus what I agreed to pay you, I'll give you. So let's give you an example. If I agreed to pay you $2,000 and then you get half the job done and I have to pay someone $1,000 to finish, I'm going to pay them that 1,000. And when they're complete, then I'm going to give you the additional 1,000. Or if it costs me 1,400, then I'm going to give you the 600. Now I'm hoping we never get to this, but I want to be clear that's how it works. If you're going to have problems. Now, it seems to me like you wouldn't have any of these problems, or do you foresee that being a problem at all? And people who are honest and have confidence in their work will never say one word about that. They'll be like, that's never going to happen, dude. I'm going to do what I say. Now, dishonest people, they're more worried about it. So this gives us an opportunity when we get clear about what we're going to do if things don't work out. We'll see those people have actually experienced things not working out more often. So when we start to have this upfront conversation, and remember, a lot of this is done on the phone or done at our interview in person, because we don't want to figure all this stuff out after they're working for us. We want to figure it out beforehand. So this is one of the keys to how, if you go through this, you research them on Facebook, research them on Cage Search, you ask for references. I mean, you don't have to do all these things, but I would say this second half over here, never pay up front, get clear on the work, get clear on when things don't work out. That's pretty much all I do is the right-hand side here. That's all I'm really doing. This stuff here, I don't worry as much about, because I realize anyone who's got a bunch of crap going on here never makes it through this. Now, if you want to be really, really hyper, like, diligent about this, you certainly can do this. Okay. Because I just haven't had to do it recently, because I found that if I'm not paying people up front, then the people who have like criminal stuff going on, all this crazy stuff, well, they tend to not want to work for me. Right. I weed them out with the fact that I'm not giving them a bunch of money up front, because know that it is one of the biggest ways that people rip you off is getting paid up front. Without you paying them up front, you basically take all their ability away from them to literally ever be able to rip you off very easily. And now they got to go to some high level ways of ripping you off, which is like, saying a certain amount of work's done, not done, things like that. We'll talk about that in other categories and other trainings, that how to get around that. But we never have to worry about paying people up front once you get clear about this. They're really good people. Like, I have a couple people who were like, I agreed to pay up front because I worked with them for years, and they literally never take the check. They'll like, okay, yeah. And I'll say, I'll give you $1,000 up front to start, because they've been working with me for years and they've got a lot of experience with them, and I know they're trustworthy and honorable. Well, they never actually collect the check. They just wanted me to agree to it, and sometimes they'll get the check 2 weeks later. Because see, 5-star contractors don't have money issues. They're doing well. They know how to make money. They got money in the bank. They're not struggling, so they don't need $20 to put gas in their truck. These are all red flags, and you want to pay really close attention to the red flags.